I want to dive right into this topic. What if your doctor is a narcissist? And this discussion mainly pertains to the US. First off, we know that narcissism is on a spectrum. So it's very likely that your doctor is going to be on the higher end of the spectrum, since most doctors, male and female, and healthcare professionals in general, have high control needs. They often need to feel superior to others. Sometimes this need to control gets masked under the guise of care and empathy, and it's not genuine. As I mentioned in my last video, my husband unfortunately died 2 years ago. He had a rare, slowly degenerative, incurable neuromuscular disease. We were a team, my husband and I, and we advocated for his health fiercely. We listened to all kinds of covert insults and insulting behavior by healthcare professionals over the years. You have to learn to recognize what the behavior is and not take it personally. I remember one time, before my husband's health really declined, I was at my doctor's office for a physical, and he said to me out of the blue, "You know he's going to die before you will." I was dumbfounded. I hadn't expressed any worry. I hadn't asked for his opinion. How insensitive. No boundaries, like all good narcs. No empathy. Was he trying to toughen me up, slap me into reality? Trying to predict my husband's fate? Again, insensitive. Who's to say that I couldn't have been hit by a car or been diagnosed myself with a life-threatening health issue? How arrogant, really. At the time, I was so taken aback, I didn't say anything. But now I would. Narcs love to sideswipe us, get us off balance so they can have control, or just be mean. They're mean, mean-spirited. It's a disgusting tactic. We do have choices. When we feel uncomfortable by a healthcare professional's behavior, we can change who we work with. We can look for another doctor, for example. Or we can recognize the behavior and work with it. I mean, narcs are everywhere. We are not going to get away from them. They are a part of life and are living among us, and we do have to deal with them under certain circumstances. Sometimes our doctors are well connected, and we know this and don't want to leave. They can refer us to other highly narcissistic specialists. Yikes! It's just a never-ending cycle of narcdom. It's actually comical at times, but awareness is key. Many years ago, I had a psychotherapist who talked the whole time about himself during one of my sessions. The whole time. Again, I was dumbfounded. I was nodding my head and listening intently and thinking to myself, what the, WTF is going on here? Doesn't he realize he has now talked about himself through the whole appointment? Again, I didn't know what to say. Now I would probably say something like, do you realize you just spent the whole session talking about yourself? As empaths, we do get sucked in by these narcs, that's for sure. I do have more examples, but I guess that'll have to be another video. Sometimes doctors use fear tactics to get their patients to comply with suggested treatment. They project their own fear of being sued, for example, if the patient doesn't comply with their recommendations. Never ever let any doctor or nurse or whoever bully you into anything. Going prepared to appointments with questions and knowledge of your health issues is important when dealing with narcissistic healthcare professionals. Remember, the doctor and staff work for you. You do not work for them. It is a team effort, or should be. so don't be intimidated. The days of the doctor knowing everything are over. Doctors are busy people, and insurance companies, unfortunately, are dictating the level of care we should all receive. You know yourself best. Go to your appointments prepared. Don't get me wrong, my husband and I did encounter some very smart and empathetic doctors and healthcare professionals on our journey, but sadly, they were few and far between. Anyway, this video is my opinion, and I'm speaking from my experience. I'd love to hear what some of you have to say. I want us together raising awareness about narcissism and narcissistic abuse, because that is how we will make a difference in making the world a better place. Be braver, everyone. We are all champions. Sending love and hugs. If I can help you with anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be in touch again soon.